Gee, I've been looking all over the place trying to figure out how I could get a show on the air. But it's very difficult. But I heard that this bench that you're looking at now was the wishing bench. And if you come here and you wish hard enough, that's great. So I'm going to wait here a little while. I've wished so for somebody to come here that would be willing to put on a show. And, well, we'll wait for a little while. Maybe we'll be lucky. Hey, here comes somebody now. He's going to sit down here on his bench, I hope. Hey, he's sitting on the bench. Hey, you!
Who's that?
Because you're a writer. Yeah. And I figured Jen's... Oh, sorry.
Hey, you!
Who's that?
This is the camera talking to you. What are you doing now? Hey, get your hand out of my eye. Go sit down. I want to talk to you. What's your name?
Leo Spinelli.
Hey, Leo Spinelli, go over there and sit down comfortably. Hey, Leo, this camera that is talking to you now has been looking for somebody to put a show on. How would you like to put a show on? You know.
I think that'd be nice.
Well, you know, we need a lot of people for the show, so maybe we could wish for what we need. I think the first thing we need is a commentator. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think that's great. What do you have in mind?
I don't have anybody in mind. Do you know about this bench being the wishing bench? Have you ever heard of that?
I've never seen it though before.
Well, this bench, you wish, and sometimes your wish comes true. So suppose you and I wish for a commentator. That's what we're looking for now. We have you to do the show. What would you like to call your show?
Oh, let's call it the Spinelli Show.
Oh, I think the Leo Show would be better than the Spinelli Show.
That sounds better.
Right? Doesn't that sound better?
Right.
Okay. Well, what we have to do is to get a commentator and a cameraman. Because, you know, I can only stay in one place. So, I guess what we'll do now is we'll come back here and think that if we can get a commentator to come here. Leo, it's nice knowing you. I hope that you're going to be happy putting on a show. We'll figure out what has to happen.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Leo, thank you. I guess you want to continue your walk.
Okay, see you.
Well, that worked out pretty good. And that bench really works. Well, here we are again, waiting for somebody to come down and get this show going. But who knows? I told those guys to meet me here at around 1:15. I wonder if they're around. And I can get them to sit down at the wishing bench. they come. Here they come.
Spot to be.
Yeah, a lot of boats are coming in now.
Right. What's it over here?
All right.
This is the wishing belt. That.
This is the wishing bench?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
This is the wishing bench. That's what they say.
I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff.
Yeah, there's the camera over there. That's it.
I don't know. I don't see the camera.
Hey, Rich, if you don't believe I'm the camera, come over here and wave in front of me and see if I talk to you. Come up here. Put your hand on the lens. Hey, get your hands off my eye. I can't see with you there. Go back and sit down.
That is a camera. My goodness. I didn't know that.
Now you'll believe that this is the wishing bench.
Yeah. Maybe there's a...
Hey, Leo, what's this guy's name? And talk a little louder.
This is Richie. He's going to be the commentator.
Yeah. I'm Richie, yep.
What's your second name, Richard?
Richard Hengst. Richard Hengst.
Ah, that's good. He's the guy who's going to be the commentator. So we should have a good time with him. Maybe you could ask a few questions of Leo about his life.
Yeah, Leo, how old are you?
I'm 90 years old.
90 years old. Were you born in Mamaroneck?
Yes, all my life from the mountain.
Oh, man. So you lived here 90 years. That's quite a while. You must have saw a lot of changes in those years.
A lot of changes in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And this hub has always been here, as nice as it is?
Not as nice as it is now, but
No.
it's the way it is, though.
Ask him when he was born.
Where were you born?
I was born in the flats.
In the flats?
Right.
The address.
What part of Mamaroneck? Is that over by the A&P?
Yeah, that's over that. That's right. That's about in that area.
Oh, I see.
Hey, Leo, what's the street and the number?
That's on the Mamaroneck Avenue over there.
Oh. What's the street number?
Oh, like let's see now. It's, well, they changed the numbers. I think it's about 900 and something now.
900 something? Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
Now, we're going to have to do a show about Leo, and so we have to know how old he is.
Well, he's 90 years old, so we'll see. There must have been a lot of changes on that street, man.
When was he born?
Where was he born?
When?
When were you born?
In April 15th,
April
1918.
April 15th, 1918. That's a long time ago.
You know, we ought to go over there and see where he lived when he was born.
That would be
And
a nice
that would be a good start for Leo's show.
That would be a nice idea. We'll have to go over and see the house as it looks like today.
Right. But I think we'll have to get a cameraman, though, right?
Yeah, well,
I have somebody in mind.
I know a guy that might be interested. Yeah, his name is John.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy I had in mind, too.
Yeah, well,
Oh, we're both thinking about the same guy. Isn't that
yeah,
something?
well, he used to work with around cameras, so he'll be ideal for that. We'll take pictures of the house, and boy, it'll be really nice.
Right.
Well, fellas, you're doing pretty good. I think we have to figure that the next nice day we got, we'll go over to Leo's house and take a look at it.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Well, count me in. I like to do that too. So I'll be glad to go along.
These guys hang out at seniors, so I think they're sick and tired of talking to me. I guess they'll go off to seniors now, and we'll figure out what day we're going to get together and start the Leo show.
Yeah, well, let's make it nice weather, and we'll pick a nice day, and we'll go and we'll do that.
Right.
I'd like to see that. Okay, well, here we go. So we're going to the seniors.
Right. Right. We'll see now. right, this is where I was born, in this house. There was two houses on this property right here, and that's where I lived. I was born in 1918.
Leo, so this is where your house was, huh?
Yes, there was two houses in
There
this
were
lot.
two houses. They must have been pretty big houses, a big lot.
Well, it was one in the front and one way in the back, where there's some color back there.
Oh.
The building back there.
Oh.
Close, 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 close.
So how many families was it? Two-family house?
It was a two-family house in the front. In the back, there was three families. There was three families.
How much long? How long did
Three families in a house in the back.
Oh. How long did you live here?
Huh? We lived here until 1927.
1927.
1927, my uncle that we lived with here, he built a house on New Street, which is one block up further, going towards where the church is now. And we lived there until 1930. In 1930, he built the house where we live now on Elliott Avenue, which is just across from the school on Elliott Avenue.
And how many were in
And
your
we've been living
family?
there since then.
How many were in your family?
There was, there was my two sisters and my mother, and my father died before I was 5 years old, and my mother lost my father and 5 children, so we would have been 8 in the family if we had all lived.
Yeah. Well, it must have been a nice neighborhood. This was all farms then, huh?
All right, it was very quiet, and
You didn't have all this traffic like you have today, huh?
no, there was no traffic like it is today.
No noise, huh?
And about maybe 10 years before I was born, the Mamaroneck Avenue was raised 4 feet higher.
Yeah.
It was 4 feet lower than this.
Yeah, well,
And they
it
built
sure,
it up.
it sure has changed after all these years, huh?
Keep talking.
And also, right down the street here is the fire department. And I'll tell people I saw them take out the one that in the old days they had the hose on 2 wagon wheels and they used to pull it by hand. And I saw them use that. And most people say you weren't old enough. Well, it just so happened when I was about 5 years old or 6, there was a fire across the street from the firehouse, and the fire truck wasn't there, so they came out with that thing with on the wagon wheels, and they took it across the street from where we're standing, where's a hydrant, and came back to across to the firehouse, where the Lanza Brothers garage is now, and that's where the fire was.
Oh.
There was a building with 2-story building, but the 2 end buildings, stores, there were stores, one story only. And one was a tailor shop, and the other was a pool room. The tailor shop was where the fire was.
Oh.
And it so happened that the son of the people that had the store there were sitting on the sled. It was during the winter time.
Oh, boy.
We were sitting there, we watched the smoke come out, and then that's where the fire was.
Oh, boy.
And the people's name was Sacco. And this was Fifi Sacco, and I were the ones sitting on the sled.
Well,
It's also, of course, from the Lanza Brothers, was a little further here than the fire department. On the 3rd floor, Father Kokutsu, he was the first pastor of St. Vito's. He was living on the 3rd floor. So anybody my age, if they didn't live here, they wouldn't have known him, because at night he would come down and talk to his kids on the front steps.
yeah.
And the church from here is only 1 block away in.
You sure have a lot of things to remember, huh?
Right.
Yeah. After all those years, huh?
I've seen a lot of stuff in this my days.
You ain't kidding. Yeah. It must have been a great town.
Right. Well, let's see now. We're across the street from where we are now, where that there bar is there, that was an empty lot for years. And when they had carnivals and stuff, they used to use that lot for the carnival. But before that, when we were kids, there was an old touring car in there that had the canvas roof and everything, and it was in there abandoned, and we used to play on it. And one day, there's two colored kids were playing on it, and one of them decided to open the tank and see if there was anything in it, and it blew up, and it caught fire, and both boys died.
Wow.
But then they finally took the vehicle away.
Yeah, they worry about floods all the time now. Did you have floods in those days too?
Well, there was water here, but not that much, because there was plenty of places for the water to go.
Yeah, there was
But the
empty lots.
first one we had, first big one that I saw was in 1938.
Yeah.
Since then, I've gone through almost 29 floods.
Yeah.
When did you start school?
That same school that's there now?
Right back there, there's right across from it. And when they built the new section there, we were the first class to go into that new section. We were first one to go into that new section,
Yeah.
5th and 6th. The next year was 4th, 5th, and 6th. But the field, now it's one big field. But in them days, half the field, it dropped down towards the back about 6 feet, right to the end, to the back. And then later on, they filled it all in again and made it all one level.
Yeah. In those days, was this the village also at that time? Was it known as the village?
Yes, it was still a village. And let's see. Well, right one more block from here, Jefferson Avenue comes out to Mamaroneck Avenue. It didn't do that in them days. There was an empty lot, and there was only one house on the corner where Jefferson Avenue comes out to Mamaroneck Avenue, because then they had the gas station there now. In fact, the brook used to come right close to the back of the property, and the ex-mayor and his father and I decided to go swimming one day, and the water was a little too high, and we were yelling, and there was one house on the corner there, where the gas station is now, Jefferson Avenue, the Gripple family. And Sonny Gripple happened to be home, and he's the one that pulled us out.
Oh, boy.
Otherwise, we would have both drowned. We would have went right down to the harbor. You wouldn't have had a mayor, and you wouldn't have been talking to the first.
Yeah, that would have been a loss.
That's right.
Yeah. And they called this the flats then, eh? Because
That's right. They call
everything
it the
is flat
flats.
around here.
Yeah, because they have flat houses down in Suicide, and they call it the flats.
Oh.
But back at the Mamaroneck Avenue School, where I live over there, there was a swamp, and there was clumps of grass, like you see in a swamp area, and that's where the water used to stay all the time. Right?
Yeah, a lot of kids in this neighborhood, huh? They had big families in those days.
Everybody had a big family.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
Yeah.
But it was a nice place to live.
And you used to play ball in the street and everything?
In 1939, on Mamaroneck Avenue School Field, we played a marathon game, which lasted 18 hours. And we started 5:30 in the morning, and at 8 o'clock at night is when the cops stopped the game, because we got an umpire that was yelling balls and strikes, and he yelled so much that the people woke up early. Now they said they made us wake up early. Now they're not going to make us go to sleep because they're still playing out there.
Yeah.
So the cops came, and they the ones that stopped the game.
Yeah.
But we played 125 innings.
125 innings.
Right. And our team won it. We call the centuries, and the oddballs that we played against. I pitched the last 50 innings, and I was the winning pitcher for the game.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's nice. It's good to remember these things, huh? Well, let's go.